You can download the RC video for free, link in the description. Remap is a function that takes a value within a range, then gets a percentage of how far along that value is within that range, and provides a new value that is the same percentage along but within the new range. So for example, if we have a value of 1 within a range going from 0 to 4, this is 25% along the way, meaning that in our new range of 0 to 100, 25% from 0 to 100 is 25, meaning that this remap will equal 25. Remap doesn't need to receive a float for its value or range, and you can instead use integers. However, the result of the remap will always be a float, meaning that instead of getting an integer of 0, we will instead get a float of 0.25, as remap will basically treat every value inside as if they were a float. This also means that you can mix and match float and integer values without any issues. Just keep in mind that the result will always be a float, unless you put a remap inside of the brackets of an int, which will round and then convert the result to an integer, removing any decimal. Now in the case of the value is outside of the range, during the remap it will see how far along the value is. So for a value of 5 in a range of 0 to 4, that 5 is 125% along the way. So 125% in our second range of 0 to 100 is 125, meaning this remap equals 125. This also means that in the case that we have a value that is less than the range, it will follow the same logic. So a value of -1 in a range of 0 to 4 will equal -0.25 or -25%, and -25% of 0 to 100 will make this remap equal -25. And in the case that you want to keep this remap value within the confines of the second range, you can add a clamp with the remap being the value, and the minimum allowed value being the range 2 min, and the maximum allowed value being the range 2 max. Or you can make these minimums and maximums be whatever you want. Additionally, you don't need to use variables on the clamp or remap, as you can instead just put numbers here. I'm simply using variables to make the code more readable for this video. And there are many different scenarios where you may want to use numbers instead of variables, although it is always good practice to use variables for the sake of making your code more readable. Now in the case that the range's minimum is equal to the maximum, if just the first range has the same minimum and maximum, then the remap will equal -infinity. In the case of just the second range having the same minimum and maximum, then the remap will equal whatever the second range's value is. Even if value is more than the maximum of the first range or less than the minimum, it will always equal the value of the second range in this case. And if both ranges have the same minimum as their maximum, then the remap will equal NaN, or not a number. Finally, something to note about the remap function is that it is essentially a combination of using a lerp and an inverse lerp. Lerp takes a range, for example 0 to 4, then uses a weight to act as a percentage of what the value we want the lerp to equal. So 0.5 is 50%, meaning that this lerp will equal 2, as 2 is 50% along the way from 0 to 4. An inverse lerp is the opposite, meaning that we can instead put a weight of 2, and because 2 is 50% of the way along from 0 to 4, this inverse lerp will then equal 0.5, or 50%. And with this, we can combine them to imitate the remap function. We use inverse lerp to get the percentage along. That value is within the first range. Then we use lerp to take that percentage and provide a value within range 2. And just for clarification, you should always use remap instead of something like a lerp and inverse combination, as remap is much cleaner to write. And by using remap, you ensure that you put the correct range or numbers in the correct spots, especially because Godot gives you a type hint when you write remap. Although lerp and inverse lerp have their own uses, but just not like this when something like remap exists. Now, an example of where you might use remap in your game can be a flashlight system, where we use a point light 2D for the light of the flashlight. While the flashlight button is being held down and the battery is more than 0, we lower the battery by delta, which delta is the amount of time that has passed since the previous frame. This basically makes it so that our battery variable that equals 5 would last just 5 seconds. Then we make our light visible, and we use remap to alter the energy or strength of the light, using the current battery as the value, and going from the max battery time towards 0, with the max energy being 1.25 and the minimum energy being 0.0. Another example can be an XP bar. Inside the code, we have a function that increases our XP. First, we increase our current XP variable by the amount. Then we use a while loop that will keep running its code continuously until current XP is less than the XP needed for the level. Then we remove the XP needed for the level, increase the level. Then we increase the XP needed exponentially by 25%. As mentioned, this while loop will continue until current XP is less than the XP needed. Finally, we change the value of our progress bar node to a remap that grabs the current XP within the range of 0 to XP needed, and we transport this into the range of the progress bar, which is from 0 to the progress bar's max value. By using remap in this case, it essentially saves us from having to alter the max value of the progress bar to whatever the new XP needed is, simplifying the code. Finally, another example can be altering the pitch of a walking sound effect based on how fast we are moving. In this example, every 0.5 seconds when I'm moving, I'm playing a step sound effect, which inside we alter the pitch scale based on how fast we are moving. To do this, we use Remap, passing velocity.x as the value within the range of 0 to speed or our max speed, to then get our second range, which is the pitch that we want, which is from a minimum of 0.8 to a maximum of 1.3. Additionally, because the player can move left and therefore make velocity.x negative, I use ABS to convert velocity.x to a positive number, so that its range always falls within 0 to speed. Now you have a basic understanding of the remap function, and multiple examples where you might use it. And don't forget that you can check out the project files in the description.